to reform or not to reform. MACC, they have been talking about reporting to Parliament for many years, but it didn't happen. Petronas has been reporting to Prime Minister, solely to Prime Minister, and we never seen Petronas account all these years.
We are not making any progress, Lee, in a very fundamental way. For example, transparency. Now, if you say, after all these years of fighting for reform, you are not able to be transparent, I find it hard to believe.
Yeah.
Because being transparent is like being transparent with your family or with your wife or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not difficult unless you have done something wrong.
Yeah, I mean...
Mohon pendapat tuan-puan di ruang komen.
This morning, we're going to talk about the new king, the new Yang di-Pertuan Agong, Sultan Ibrahim from Johor. I believe he will ascend the throne in 2 months' time. 2 months' time. And he has given an extensive, wide interview on a wide-ranging subject to the Singapore Straits Times about his thoughts, his role, what government should do, and so on and so forth. This is a very interesting development because this is the first time we have a monarch, a constitutional monarch, outlining his thoughts in public. And I think it's a good thing. I think the country will be better served if we have a hands-on king who knows what's happening and who can offer his thoughts to the Prime Minister. Because they need to work together, of course. You see, even in England, it is common for the king or the Queen Elizabeth, when she was alive, to call the Prime Minister and ask about things that happen in the country. Of course, it's not reported in the newspapers, but conversations of this nature took place between the monarch and the Prime Minister. And this is active conversations on the affairs of the country are necessary. So I expect that the new king, Sultan Ibrahim, will lay out a new path on governance in this country.
The one in Malaysia seems to be a bit truncated. The Singapore one published the entire length of the interview, and some of the things that he said, I think it makes a lot of sense. And he's very observant in terms of the national politics, and he's aware of the issues that have been going on in the last few years in the country, and I think he spoke well on those issues. But before I go on and ask you for your opinion, I'd like to bring this subject into the conversation. You see, when PMX Anwar Ibrahim came into the picture 1 year ago, became the Prime Minister, he campaigned on the basis of reforms. Everywhere he goes, he talked about, reforms agenda for the country. And 1 year later, we have not seen any reforms, right? So he likes to quote Shakespeare, who also come from England, and Shakespeare's famous tagline, "To be or not to be." Now, with PMX, can we say that to reform or not to reform? Which until today we have not seen any.
Sila subscribe, like, comment, share, follow untuk menerima notis video-video yang lain. Sokongan tuan-puan membantu penghasilan karya video seterusnya.